Hello everyone and welcome to The Productive Dev. My name is Alyssa and in today's video we are going to be talking about database GUIs. So I am primarily a front-end developer. However, at the current job I'm at, I'm getting the opportunity to do more full stack experience, which is why I took the job actually. So naturally, as I'm diving into more full stack work and actually using a database and needing to look in the database, I had to do some research on database GUIs that I found helpful, and I created a list of the top 3 that I like or that I found on the market. And so in this video, we are going to go over all 3, and we are going to start with TablePlus, which admittedly is the database GUI that I use. I just find it to be really intuitive. It has this native feel. Right now I'm on a Mac, but they create this tool for Linux and Windows, so whatever operating system that you're using, you should be able to download TablePlus. And right now I have a very small table that I'm looking at here, but you can see that, let me actually hide this real quick. It's very simple and easy to use. Again, not a lot of fields. If you're here, you can do things like search. So I could search for like one of the database column names. So like slug. Again, this isn't a lot, so it's easy to see here, but if you have a lot of different columns on the table, it makes it really easy to filter that down. You can easily change things by just clicking into it and updating it like that. So what this does, it actually puts the change in kind of like a queue. So if I was to do Command S, then it will ask me, hey, do you want to update the value for this field? And I can say send to save it or cancel to not. And you're able to set these settings here. So what I like about this, this is just a toy project, so it's not a big deal, but I have it on alert mode too. So what that means is anytime you're trying to do an update query or update or delete or whatever, anything that does a mutation, it would prompt you like it did. But like when I'm looking at my production database, I have it so that, it's safe mode too, so that I have to save it and it prompts me for a password because obviously you don't want to mess that up. So a lot of safeguards there. If you want to, play around the data, you can look at the structure of the data table here, and that's really cool. Let's see, you can run queries. A lot of these clients I'm going to show you do a lot of the same things. But yeah, TablePlus, I don't know, something about it, it just really resonates with me. It makes it really easy to see. You can, let's see, if I do Command F, you can run raw SQL if you want, or you can do things like, ID equals 2, right? And you can again, very small table, so you can filter the data down. So just really cool. I really like TablePlus. It's the one I use. It's I think a one-off payment. I think you get a 14-day free trial if you want to try it out before committing. It's really great. Okay, the next tool on the list is DBeaver. So this is an open source alternative. This is a sample database that comes with it when you download it, and you can see the list of all the different tables in this DBeaver sample database, and you can just kind of click in between them. So it's customer, employee, all that kind of stuff. You can tell from the UI that it's not as modern as TablePlus. I know I don't want to play favorites here, but it's definitely got an old school feel, more of like an Excel spreadsheet kind of feel to it. But still easy to kind of see what you're doing. Similar to TablePlus, you can kind of click in here and, change things. And I think if I just save it like that, you just click in to save. You can kind of see the value here. You can see one thing that's cool about DBeaver is it has this kind of ERD entity relationship diagram of the database that you're looking at. So you can kind of see how the things are organized, which is pretty cool. You can see, look at the properties. I'm not as familiar with DBeaver. So you can look at the foreign keys, just a lot of different views. This definitely, I feel like, skewed to people who are probably more into databases than myself, who just kind of wanted to view the data. But if you really wanted to see how are the relationships, how are things stored, how are they all connected, I feel like this is a good option for you if you don't mind kind of maybe the more outdated UI. Let's see, you can run raw queries in here, which is really great. I don't know a lot of SQL, so I'm not going to do that, but you can do that here. There's also this, if you want to add a new connection, I think you just click on this here. Yeah, and you see the whole list of databases that they support, like SQLite, Cassandra, like, oh my gosh, like so many, like too many to name. So DBeaver supports a lot of the databases, as do all the tools on this list. And let's see, if you want to, you can actually run raw SQL. So let's say, yeah, I wanted to do this select star from the genre table. If I click play here, now we can view, all the items in the genre table. If you wanted to do, I don't know, the album table. So obviously these are very basic queries. You can just go to the table and look at them, but just showing you that you can run SQL statements if you want alongside. So yeah, DBeaver, I think it's been around a while, has like ton of stars on GitHub. Definitely a solid option for maybe those of you who are more advanced in the database field. Alrighty, and last but not least, we have Beekeeper Studio. This is another great option. All of these on the list are great options, and I'm looking at a sample database here that they provide when you download it. See, what are we in the producers table? So, I mean, similarly to how you can in the other place, I think you can just click in, to make a change here. Let's see, if I wanted to, this allows you, I guess, to filter. Okay, yeah, so if ID equals, 4, you can filter it down. So if you want to clear that, and I can see the whole thing. Not sure how it works if you want to like add a row below. You can clone a row. You can do a whole bunch of different things. Delete row. So a lot of different changes. Let's see. If you want to like click into a table, you just kind of double click and you can view them here. You can view the structure of a table here, and they point out what's the primary key, all that kind of stuff. Helpful stuff to know about the table. Shows different relations. Okay, indexes if you have any. Let's see. Similar to other things, you can run SQL. This is a SQL command that they had set up, and if you click run, it's already set up here. But you can run. You can see more advanced SQL commands here and see the relationships between the different tables. So you can view a history of commands here. Hopefully, you can't hear my cat in the background there, but you can view a history of commands. This I guess keeps track. You can save queries for future things. You can probably download. You can probably like do data dumps and download things. I don't have the paid version of this, but I know there's a way you can view kind of like a JSON viewer to make it so that you can see, the JSON row viewer, which makes it a little bit more similar to kind of TablePlus, where you can see things on the side. I think, or if you have JSON, makes it a little bit easier to parse if maybe you're viewing some metadata. I really like Beekeeper Studio's UI. I think it's really clean and stuff. A little more modern looking as well. You can filter by tables. Lots of the same functionalities that you can do across the other three. Hopefully you found a tool that you found useful. And if you want to get more tools as a developer to help you be more productive, please consider liking and subscribing, and I will catch you in the next video.